Sorry, I'm late.
You're not late.
I am late. If you're not early, you're late.
You went to the same time.
Okay. We're still putting together the couch. I'll send you a picture of it though. We have it put back together and you can barely even tell. Once we like paint the staples, you won't be able to tell.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, let's reduce that even more.
Who ate them?
Driffin looks like.
I don't know how much you can tell from the picture I sent, but yeah, it's sturdy as hell now. We popped three screws in there.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. We're gonna paint the staples with some like nail polish, and it should be almost unnoticeable. I mean, we're gonna cover the back too, but yeah. Alex is out there putting the feet on for me.
What the hell?
Do you mind if I cut some of the fabrics and spruce don't keep grabbing it?
Okay, I guess so. Just a little bit? Okay. But as long, I mean, what I'm worried about is, it's stapled at the corners, so I'm worried about it becoming insecure. We have a hole punch, would that help?
I don't think I could get a hole punch in there.
Gotcha, okay. I don't have an awl. I don't, sorry. Oh shit, I'm not muted. But yeah, it should hold weight now. Very luckily, it was just that one thing. Looks like the staple's just pulled out. To our thousands of viewers, I'm sure this is very interesting. They get to hear about my couch. Everybody ready to DN Diesel? Yeah. DN Diesel. Oh. I have no idea where the dice went. Oh, there it is, actually. Oh, when we had the couch open, the cat kept trying to climb into it. Yeah. He said, "Oh, this is a new place to hide." Hi. Anybody have any technical issues? Notice it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, I'm trying to deal
Thank you
with
so much.
with something with one real quick. It's a thing with my computer.
Gotcha.
I'm all good on my end. I'm just using push to talk because I'm eating some KFC we got a couple of minutes ago.
Oh, nice. Anybody heard from Griffin? I'm checking now. I don't even see him in the server. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, because he's not even showing up as being a member of the server. Maybe he's also like, what the hell? Oh, he's not online. I don't know. All right, I don't know. That's odd. Um, Gonna give it a couple of minutes and then just start. Okay. Yeah, of course, of course. We can always catch him up if he shows late. Um, but we could probably just assume that he's being edgy, cool, and brooding. Activating Batman AI.exe.
The other one's far enough down.
You ever just want to have a good time fishing and then you just get pissed off?
Yep.
not in the normal Discord server either. Look. The gaming company's no longer listed.
I'll let you choose the drill bit size.
Just the one that we're already using. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that way you can go in and off.
Very slightly smaller. Water. Yes, cat, I see you. Yeah. You got your fish? Okay. Oh. Good boy.
It's all good.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get into it. So last time, after attempting to set foot across the portal after taking a much-needed rest, the party found themselves at the hands of Baron again, and facing his nonsensical trials, to be lenient with that. Coming out on top, having some very, very cool moments, very interesting character moments between definitely the whole party, but the ones that stand out to me are Guizo and Reyna definitely really playing into those emotions.
MPs.
Yes. And honestly, there wasn't a whole lot outside of that. The party did get introduced to, well, I say introduced, kind of forced into the presence of a certain, what's the word? Patron of one of the party members, unknowingly, unless Guizo has told the party who she is, and. We found ourselves having just stepped through this portal into whatever world this is, and bumping into this little gnomish man with shock red hair and covered in all of these like weird techno gizmo thingies, escorted to his workshop home. Question mark. It's a little building, and on the inside there's no sittable surface, no uncluttered surface, full of knickknacks and doodads and papers and books and all kinds of stuff. Sitting down after upturning a crate, he has asked a very general question to the party of, "I am Mermir. Who are you?" And that is where we can pick up.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I was chewing.
No, you're fine.
I figured I would talk to him. Let him
Do
know
it.
who we are.
Do it.
Okay.
I am Reyna. This is Wolfram. This is Guizo.
Hi.
Welcome, Nod.
We came through a portal,
And this is Griffin.
and this is Drippin.
Driffin nods and leans against the door frame. One foot up on the door frame in that classic cool guy style.
What more would you like to know from us?
Well, for one, where did you come from?
The
Well,
portal.
that is kind of hard to explain because we came from a portal.
Where are we?
Well, you are in Mermirton. I've never really had
Who are you named after the town?
kind of the town's named after me. Not necessarily because I did anything. Really, I was just kind of one of the first people here and led a lot of research here.
Are you like the king?
No, 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 no. No, not in any sort. Like I said, I was just kind of the first here.
Wolfram nods. Grunts approvingly. In affirmation, rather. Affirmative, that's that. Why have you brought us here?
I haven't, bro. I wanted to know what you were doing coming out of my personal experimentation area. There's no portal there.
I would also like to know this.
I'm asking you that question.
We killed a metal man, and he turned into metal insects and made a doorway. And we walked through the doorway.
May I
Is
ask
that
what
good?
year it is?
What do you mean? What year? We have been very fast and loose with the year. I haven't actually given very specific years. But I'm going to say in a very general sense, he is going to give you the a date that makes no sense to you.
Okay. Is Bess here?
She is. And she says, well, what part of the world are we in? Are we still on the west coast of Eldra? And he says, Eldra? What the fuck is Eldra?
Yeah, we are on Lagra. Correct?
Or Lagra, sorry, that's my mistake. Yeah, replace every time I said Eldra with Lagra.
Sir, I do not mean to alarm you, but when Wolfram said that we had destroyed what seemed to be one of your robots, this entire village is very, very deep underground.
What is a robot? Is it like a metal man?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what we do here is automation, trying to make things easier on ourselves. There's lots of little ones. That's been my first, well, Ward there, the name of the bot in the cave that you emerged from, the cave that I've made my workshop.
This is the one we killed.
Well, see, I don't understand that either, because she's fine, and she's completely, well, I was going to say functional. She's not functional yet. I've been working on her.
We killed her on the other side of the portal.
What portal? There's no portal there. What are you talking about?
We walked through a portal. I do not know what to tell you.
Alright,
You
well,
have the facts and I have given you the facts.
We, well,
he sits and is very contemplative about that, giving you a moment of silence. Go ahead, Raina.
we, well, I guess you could say we kind of came from the future.
He stares at you blank-faced for a long time, like probably 30, 45 seconds. And his jaw just drops. And he
Measurements.
and he just he just sits there with his mouth open for another couple of seconds, and he goes, "What do you mean you came from the future? That's not what."
Well, the date you just gave us, for what date it is, doesn't fully make sense to us because this town no longer looks like this town.
So I have the exact date in my Evernote file. I will bring that up so we can, because it does seem important right now.
I have never time traveled before. This is new for me. Weirdly, I am older. This is odd.
You're older?
I believe so. I do not know. I was touched by a spirit. I believe she drained my life away, or at least that is how it feels.
Yeah, she dreamed a little bit from you.
You mean like a ghost? Ghosts aren't real.
And up until today, we also thought that time travel wasn't real. Yet, here we are.
So the exact date that you guys would know, the again, months are tricky, so we're just gonna go with a year. You guys are 367 AC after the collapse. And what he gave you was like 1240 AD.
Okay. So, like, not even using the same...
The same system, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, we are from the year 367 AC.
That's not a thing? What do you mean AC?
Sir, do you mind? And Guizo walks towards the door and kind of gestures for him to follow.
He makes a motion with his hand towards the rest of the group as if to say, I'm not leaving you alone in my workshop.
Guys, I just want to
Follow
look
out.
outside real quick.
We can show you the portal.
Alright, I guess yeah, excellent. Let's do it.
So as we walk outside and we start kind of walking towards where the portal was, Guizo gestures to the sky and he goes, "Look at this beautiful, magnificent sky. It is so crisp and blue, and the clouds are so puffy, they just look like you could fall asleep in them. Where we came from, standing right here, was all cave."
Deep underground, subterranean.
Very, very deep. And he keeps walking towards the where the gate was.
How do I say this? It appeared to be the crypt of a civilization. Quite possibly the civilization we see before us now.
Huh.
This is far beyond me, but I think it is worth your consideration.
I mean, it's gonna have to be, you know. I honestly, I mean, you time travel.
I do not know, but that seems to be the best explanation. Reina seems to have a mind for such things.
I have researched places like this, but far in the future, where we're from. I have had to go through ruins of these types of places, and it is really wonderful to get to see it alive and bustling. But I promise you that what we're telling you is the truth.
Huh. Alright, well, explain this to me then, as you guys, you've been talking and walking and you do reach the cave. And inside sits what to you is the very familiar bot that you defeated in the other world. And inside this cave, there is no longer a portal of any kind. When you did walk through first, it stayed for a few minutes. To your knowledge, like it was there when you left the room against the back wall, but it is no longer there. There's no portal. There's no... I don't understand what you guys were getting at. This is why I don't understand where you came from. Why you're fiddling around in my experimentation areas. This is clearly, I've written down, I've signed up on the logs for this. This is my area for the time being. For the next, and he gets a little, like a notebook, a small bound notebook off of his belt that he had flipped over his belt. And he looks through it, he flips a few pages. Yeah, 13 days. The next 13 days, this is mine. So why are you fiddling around in here anyways?
We have told you the complete truth. I do not know what else to tell you. We came through a portal in your wall. We are here now. We appear to have come from the future. You can let him roll an insight against me if you want. I'm not deceiving him.
Oh yeah, no, you get the vibe that he's just like, you guys believe that this is the story. Like, what you believe is, seems to be 100% the truth, that you have time traveled. It seems that he is just like, that is just too grand an idea for him to just get behind,
This is understandable.
Well, your story is your story, but what do you intend to do here?
I do not know. Reyna, why are we here?
Well, like I was explaining earlier,
Just 1 second. Bess is has a magnifying glass out and is inspecting pretty much every inch of this little carved out room. Go ahead, Reyna.
So as you see, our friend Bess over there, she is inspecting because, like I was telling you, myself and Bess are archaeologists. We were just in.
Bess speaks up. I'm a geologist.
Sorry. Geologist, archaeologist for me. But we were literally just in a huge cave that had the same dimensions as your town here. It was your town many years in the future. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy. I get it. I didn't think I'd be time traveling today, but here we are.
Here we are.
We we're researching your town because your town is now lying on, well, yeah, your town is now lying on the edges of what is called Lagara, where I am from. I grew up in Lagara. However, I had never heard of your town before until today.
So I guess the answer is research.
Well, research we got aplenty. So my next and most well, I guess least pressing question: what do you mean you've aged?
A spirit of the other realm has stolen my vitality.
Right. Right.
It was like having my soul sucked out of my body. It's quite painful.
He laughs. You notice he chuckles as you say soul. Say the word soul. All right. Well, what kind of research? We can. You know, you just all you gotta do is with the guild, sign up and get your slots. If you're doing the same thing as me, I'll pay you.
Wait, do I have anything on me that has stuff from the Foundation?
I'm sure you do. You probably have like a foundation badge or a ledger or something.
So I can, so I could show that to him.
Yeah, you could if you'd like.
Okay, I want to show it to him.
Before we roleplay it, do you have any specific... are you trying to do something specifically by showing it to him? Like, are you trying to make a check of any sort by showing it to him, or...
I would just like to kind of give him some kind of proof that we are from when we say we are. And I also would like to find out if this foundation has been founded yet.
So, let's say you have I'm gonna call it a master note, which is what Sibo gave you in order to be able to show it to Foundation centers and be like, hey, we're from the Foundation headquarters. We have a right to lodging here and research materials and, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, think an FBI badge, where it's the size of an FBI badge, I should say. And it's just got a note, like a notebook on the inside with like some official writ and some stamps and the Foundation seal on the first page. And you show him this and he says, well, I've never heard of a name foundation, but if you are from the future, this will mean nothing to me anyways.
Well, I wasn't sure when it was founded. Like I said, I grew up here on Lagra.
Again, you keep saying Lagara. What is Lagara?
This,
The continent.
yes.
The
What
continent?
do you call continent? Yes.
How far have you guys explored?
There's a few bastion cities. There's one in the deserts, kind of southeast, and one in the deep jungles. Mostly the elves live there.
I am a high elf.
Oh,
Do you know what they are called?
not off the top of my head. I think it's like this, where there's just a couple of It's more of an encampment with some hastily strewn up walls than it is a city.
Well, for one, like I was saying, I am a high elf. In the future, this continent is named Lagra. And the Name Foundation is a huge part of our life. Because it is where we research and do what we need to do, essentially.
Makes sense. Finding the hidden mysteries of the land, so to speak. It sounds a lot like what we do. Well, is that going to be your research here?
If I may, Reina, I think we should consider how to get back if the portal is closed. I understand the need to research, but I was not expecting to be trapped another time.
Yeah, me either.
Well, I will say, I am looking into planar research, planar teleportation and such. But, I haven't cracked the code yet, so to speak. That's part of my research here is, well, you know, you've heard the Legend of the Well, and I'm looking to gain as much knowledge as I can from its properties, and hoping to basically achieve planar travel through my research here.
It would appear that you were successful.
Well, see, that's the thing. Not yet. I haven't cracked it yet. Everything you're saying makes sense on a certain level. Like I said, Ward here, she is...
May, are we not proof that you will someday discover the secrets to this? Us being here. Now.
If you are truly from the future, but who's to say that you aren't... I don't know. It's all a lot to take in.
This is a good point. If I may say, this conversation is not yet conducive.
Yes.
That at this time we move on to more immediate matters, and you can take your time to decide whether or not you believe us.
That's fair. Oh, also, you know, I probably have something that can take care of that if you'd like. And he just kind of makes a very rude pointing gesture at your face.
The terrible wounds from the giant shark. That would be helpful. Though I could just take a nap.
Well, I more meant, well, if you guys need a nap, you can get, like, we'll get you set up in a cabin. But I more meant the aging. I'm like, you know, we have stuff for that.
Do you now?
Yeah. You know, we research everything here. I'm sure there's a cream or a salve or a tincture or something that someone has. I'm pretty sure I might have something that I got just for the hell of it in my shop from oh gosh, what was her name? Was it May or June? I don't remember everyone's names here. I'm pretty self-isolated.
Maybe it's Maybelline?
He's putting on
I do not know why I said that.
Oh, that one really got me. That was so good. That was...
Anti-aging cream, right?
Yes, no, it was so perfectly placed. Oh, God, that was good.
That was really good.
Whew. Yeah, that one got me. Holy shit. Fuck. But yeah, whatever it is, I'm sure I can, you know, we'll figure it out. It's not of much use to me. Yeah, we gnomes are very long lived. Honestly, I just wanted to see if it would work. It seems to have worked for me. But yeah.
I am somewhat interested.
He motions to the whole group and starts to walk back to the city. Unless y'all have anything else to specifically talk to him about on the walk, we can just get y'all set up in a little area for you to rest in.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Guizo asks him his favorite food on the way back.
My favorite food. I like that thing that they do with the they take the scar fruit. You've never heard of a scar fruit, and they freeze it and blend, like, chop it up really fine into this frozen paste. I can never remember what it's called, but I love it.
While we walk, can I have Wolfram have a discussion with Reina?
Yeah.
Sister Reina, I see the predicament that we are in. We appear to be trapped in another time, in a world we do not know. My suggestion is that we work with this man until we can find a way back. Does this seem like the right course of action? We do not have a guide here. He seems to understand this world.
I think that works. Yeah.
Until we find a better option.
Yes.
Thank you, Sister Reina.
Of course.
And yeah, I'll just continue and follow.
Awesome. Pulling up a thing. So you all get back, walk into the town, and he says, as you approach his little home workshop area, he says, "Wow, we just had some nasty thunder." He says, "I have a little." He's digging around in like a pile of junk outside his hut. I have a little oh gosh, where is it? Here it is. And he pops. He has this like kind of tied together a handful of like thin poles, and he sorry, one second. Da, 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 da. And he pops out this little like curtained tent kind of thing, like a walled tent. There it is. Hands. Well, I say hands. more kind of shoves into your hand, Wolfram, as much as he can with the size difference. Shoves a handful of these poles, and he goes, I mean, it's good for now, I guess, if you guys need a nap.
A handful of pills?
Poles, like a tent poles.
I see.
And he looks up after mounting a few and waddling away. He comes back with a stoppered vial. A stoppered vial, and he hands it to you, Wolfram, and he says, this is the thing that I was talking about. You just drink it. It should be fine.
Wolfram looks at it, pops off the top, and smells it.
It smells. Let me actually check and see if it does smell like anything.
What does it look like? Looking into the vial, is it a glass vial?
Yes, it is a cloudy glass vial. Or the cloudy. It's like a Oh god, that text is very tiny.
Like slightly opaque.
Yes, like it's got kind of this like teal hue to it. It's got this teal hue to it, and it smells faintly of what you would know as cotton candy. Just this kind of like light sugary kind of smell.
You know, Wolfram makes a little wrinkling of the nose, and pulls it away from his face, shrugs, and drinks it.
So,
Okay. Am I racked with unbearable pain?
yes, immediately. No. There we go, and there we go, and awesome. Got that done. Cool, sweet. You feel almost like the reverse of heartburn, this kind of like calming, cooling effect, almost like you're drinking ice itself. Not icy water, but ice itself. Down your throat into your chest, and it spreads out with this kind of tingly feeling as you you feel a lot better. You feel a good spring in your step, and yeah.
I look at my reflection in the glass bottle, and I release a deep breath.
Slower than the life was sapped out of you. It seems to be returning to your face, though. As you begin to, gain back your vitality, your what was drained from you.
He's incredible. What you have done here.
It wasn't me. I paid, let's see. Yeah, like I said, it was either June or May. I can't remember exactly who. But yeah, it'll be, that'll be 500 of the King's coin.
I do not. King's coin. Rhino, what is these?
You have no idea what the hell a King's coin is?
I honestly have no clue.
What do you mean, King? You don't know what the King's coin is? And he fishes around in his bag and pulls out what you recognize as an electrum, but it's got like a weird stamp on it.
We are not from this time. We do not have your coin. We have coin from our time.
Well, what's
Which
the...
is value in the metal.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. What coin do you have?
We've got gold, copper, and silver.
Gold. Okay. He pulls out his little notebook off his belt again, and a a piece of charcoal that he had wrapped in a small piece of cloth tucked behind his ear. You couldn't see it past these like tech horns that he's got attached to his skull and his mop of hair. He kind of does some math. Yeah, right now that's 1,000 gold, I believe, roughly.
I do not know if we have this much gold to give. I look at Reina. Reina, how much gold do we have as treasure?
Let me. What did I give you one here?
I think you have 1,000, but it's not by much.
We only have 224.
Oh man.
He says, well, if you can't pay, there is always other options. I did say I need some help with my research.
We can help you with your research.
Well, you don't have to sound so excited about it. He begins rummaging through a trunk in his just inside the doorway of his home.
For this great gift that you have given me, I will do what you ask.
Good. Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Who do you need killed?
Yeah, I don't need anyone killed, big guy.
I do not know if I will be of much use to him.
Sorry, that's kind of what Wolfram does.
Well, what I need is kind of clandestine, in that, so I assumed you knew the Legend of the Well. Do you know the Legend of the Well?
I do
No.
not. We are not of your time. What is this legend?
So, I'm not great at telling stories, but, this well, we discovered it, and, well, myself and a few traveling buddies, discovered it looking for something that, in legend, basically is a wellspring of water, a spring of water that grants you knowledge, vast knowledge beyond that beyond that anyone has ever known, knowledge beyond ages, knowledge of all. And
I have heard of such things. The Father Odin gave his eye to gain this knowledge, yes?
well, that's in the fairy tale, yeah.
We have met Odin.
You what?
Guiza looks at you in shock.
Yeah, we have met Odin.
He set us on our task. We are to... how do I say? In our time, the world is on the brink of disaster, and we have been sent by the gods to stop this disaster. This is why we must get back.
But those are gods. They're not. You can't prove them, so they're not.
I have met them. Your atheism of it is of no importance to me. We may move on. Wolfram waves his hand.
I appreciate that. I appreciate Wolfram's attitude in this moment about it. Right. Well, regardless of that, um, wow. Okay, he's just having a hard time getting his head around that. Well, we found it, and that's why we set up camp here. The Well of Mermere, which I insisted that they not name it that, but you know, they had whatever. They decided that because my group discovered it and I was the leader of the group, that I should whatever.
It will be hard for you in the future when everyone assumes you are a narcissist.
They already
You are dead by then, so that is some comfort.
they already do, bud. They already do. Well, it grants a measure of knowledge to drink from this well. Nowhere near what is talked about in legends. It makes you think faster and clearer, and a lot of the discoveries, and you hear a rustling coming from underneath the main desk in his, because you guys are like right outside, you know, with this tent that he set up, coming from inside his little hut, his stone hut, and this kind of like wood and stone little bot almost skitters. It's about the size of like a soccer ball, I would say. Skitters out on three little insectoid type legs, again made of like wood and stone, and charges over and kind of shyly hides behind his leg, Mermire's. And Mermere just says, "Oh, damn it, it's up again. I try and, like I said, we've tried and tried to make life a bit more easy, so we try to make things that do things for us, and they don't always work out well, right?" And he kind of pushes at the little bot thing by his leg, and it's just completely circular with these three little legs that kind of pop out that it's skittering on, and you see a glowing kind of teal blue glass piece set towards the top of its head that kind of spins, and it makes a kind of a beeping noise, and hides further behind him. He just sighs and says, "It's supposed to bring you things, and I could store data on it, but the crystals that hold electricity, something short wire has tripped. I don't know what happened. I was trying to power it, and something sparked, and it doesn't like to stay powered. It chooses when and where its power's on. It's a pain in the ass."
Wolfram turns to Reyna. What language is he speaking? I do not understand.
Rana, a lot of this is kind of foreign concepts to you as well. Like, you know some stuff about basically you know that ancient tech existed, but not really much beyond that. It to your mind, tech in the old world were essentially what like scribe and papyrus are to us. Like, that's your understanding of what they had is very simple, basic things. You understand, you this is new to you. You do understand the talk of like crystals that can power things and electricity being raw power, but other than that, and from your understanding, it's from a magical standpoint, you know.
Okay. Honestly, Wolfram, I have no clue.
I will do my best to follow, but I do not understand many of the things you say, little man.
Well, I honestly don't expect you guys to understand a whole lot. Well, point being, this well, I think it is an extension of something much greater. I think that... Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself. I never switched from the starting soon to the actual thing. I think that there's some greater source that is far deep below in this spring that we can reach that will allow me to reach my goal, my planar travel goal. And what I need you to do is to travel deep underground and try and find that source for me.
We can do this. That is how we got here.
Well, here's the kicker. I don't know how to track this spring, so my best guess was to ride the spring back to its source.
Sounds good to me.
Sweating.
So he says, all right, well, if we're in agreement, you'll need these. And he begins to dig through, again, digging through various copious piles of junk. Pulls out a box, a little kind of wooden box about the size of a shoebox, and opens it. And inside there are these various little mouthpieces with sealed off tubes attached to the mouthpieces. He says, I've been working on these for a while. I've tested them a lot. They should work perfectly fine for you for underwater. They are rebreathers of a sort. I've used crystals that capture pure elemental energy, and you should have air for I think about 12 hours on these. But don't worry so much about that, because, and he digs around a little bit more in the box and pulls out some tied together. There's about 6 more tubes that are tied together. And says you can just replace them with these for roughly 12 more hours of breathable air. So how does that sound, folks?
I looked at Guizo.
Guizo looks at I'm sorry, what is our dwarf friend's name?
The no, Mimir?
Yeah, Mimir. Okay. So Guizo looks at Mimir and he's like, I do appreciate that you are giving us the ability to breathe. Did you also give us the ability to swim? And he kind of like nervously looks at him.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to not sing.
Oh, you mean you literally can't swim?
Nope.
Well, I mean, it looks like you do have the curse of heat in your bloodline, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
You just gave me an idea.
Yes.
I will be fine.
I see. This is good.
He still looks really nervous.
Driffin says, not great with tight spaces. I think if you guys are okay with it, I'll stay here for a bit, make sure nothing goes crazy with the town. If we could step through a portal, I think anything else could.
That would be wise.
Is Bess coming with us?
This could be very dangerous.
Bess, you can ask her. She has been digging through all of his stuff. Just like in awe.
Okay, I assume she's not coming. So Guizo looks at Driffin and he goes, "Yeah, I think you could protect our mouse friend."
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks. I'll make sure, yeah, nothing bad happens up here topside. Well, it's about lunchtime right now. You guys said you needed a nap. Hell, why don't you set up for a meal and maybe rest for the night, and then we can start fresh in the morning.
This would be well.
Perfect. Sounds good. There's usually some boar and squirrel hanging outside around the edges of the wall. Have at it. And he just wanders off.
Wolfram's gonna take a nap.
Go for it.
Wolfram just curls up on the ground and just kind of goes to sleep in his wolf cloak. Right there.
Despite the tent that he set up for you all.
Did he set up a tent? He just gave me some balls.
Yeah, he had like a canvas walled tent.
Gotcha. I guess, no, I'd still do that. I don't see any reason Wolfram would use a tent. He's never used it before. I don't think he can use a tent now.
You all notice that Driffin drifts into the tent with a carving knife and a piece of wood in his hand and begins to whittle, sitting propped against the back of the tent on the ground, with Misfit sitting alert, kind of guard right at the opening of the flaps. It's not a huge tent. It's like a 10 foot by 10 foot, but it's it's enough for 4 people to chill in for a nap and a meal.
Guizo would like to go foraging for what he thinks is scarf root.
Go for it. That would be a survival check.
That is a 21.
You have a +4 to survival? I love it.
Man, I grew up on a volcano land. I gotta figure out how to eat somehow.
No, it makes sense completely. I'm legitimately saying I do. I love it. I like it.
A volcano land. Where is he from?
Island chain.
Yeah, a small volcanic island.
Gotcha. Mount Doom. What are the mountains from Zelda?
Death Mountain.
Death Mountain, yeah. Death Mountain.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
Aurora? No, those are Earth Elemental people.
So, depending on if you want to just, nap for an hour, hang out for an hour, or, do the whole thing of like foraging and then rest for the night. Basically I'm saying you can do more stuff if you want, and we can take a short rest.
I want to take a short rest because I think Wolfram needs to patch his wounds. He's probably still bleeding at least a little bit from all the holes.
Yeah, God, Wolfram, I'm just imagining Wolfram looks like fucking, oh God, was it Whitebeard from One Piece, whose just back is just covered in scars?
Weirdly enough, Wolfram seems to heal pretty much all the way up from most of his injuries. He doesn't scar a lot, but he definitely gets holes punched him a lot and imp in a lot. It's actually odd, probably, that he is not as covered in scars as he should be.
Oh yeah, that probably lends itself a bit to having the wolf, huh?
Yes, it's the aspect of the wolf that what's the word for it? It helps him fully recover.
I like it. So, yeah, you guys can basically take a short rest here. and then yeah, explore this little city if you want. You know, explore the area out just outside it, whatever you want to do. Mimir is sitting in his shop tinkering away. After your short rest, I'm imagining it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock, because it was about lunchtime before so.
Guiza would like to deliver Mimir his favorite meal.
So here's the thing about that 21.
Uh-oh.
That's a great roll. Scarfruit are not in this area at all.
So did I find like a mango and I just like prepared the rest of the recipe?
I mean, yeah, like yeah, definitely. So you want to prepare that and give it to him?
Yes, but so with my 21, I'm also willing to re-roll again for like the preparation of the meal, but I want to make this like a version of what he loves, but obviously with the supplies that I have.
Yeah, quick question. Do you have any particular ability to make things cold quickly? I know you have an ability to make things hot quickly, but yeah.
Prestige. I've used it a couple of times to cool down some beers.
Yeah, prestidigitation technically does both.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, basically you make like a mango sorbet.
That's amazing.
And then I mean a 21 roll for finding it. I think I'm okay with allowing that to also be the prep roll. Because it's not like you're gonna find it, wait for 3 days, and then prepare it. Like it's all part of the same, general set of actions. I think you do this pretty well. You even have like, I believe you have like a set of
Cooking utensils.
yes.
I
So I'm going to say that in that set there is also like a set of small wooden bowls and plates, because that just feels right to me. And you are able to make this kind of like mango sorbet. There's like you find a little mint leaf to, set on top. It's really, really gorgeous. Nice curves where you've, like rounded out the frosted over, finely chopped, paste, like fruit paste. It's just very picturesque in this little, like, varnished wooden bowl. And you present it to him. And can you make just for the fuck of it, this is not really a specific thing, but just like a general charisma check, like a,
Performance?
Yeah, let's call it performance, yeah.
That is a dirty 20, 18 plus 2.
Beautiful, beautiful. So he goes, oh, what's this?
This is just my way of saying thank you for not immediately assuming that we were hostile and taking us in and allowing us to join you on your expedition tomorrow.
He digs through the crap all over his desk, finds a partially used spoon, wipes it off on his shirt, and takes a bite, and he says, "Oh, that's awful nice of you. I mean, I'm kind of exploiting you all, to be honest." He says, kind of under his breath, "I'm exploiting you all, to be honest." But he takes a bite and he says, "Holy this is wonderful. Where did you get? Is this from the mangoes that are growing on the growing nearby?"
Yes, it is. I found the freshest ones I could get.
That's wonderful. Wow, I never really thought to try them like that. They're very sweet and... Huh. How did you cool it?
I have my talents, and he kind of wiggles his fingers, and I use Prestige to show a little frost.
He jumps a bit. Obviously, a look of shock on his face, and he goes, "How did you do that?"
Oh, this Sparkle fart.
He fully stands up. Is this sleight of hand? Where are you hiding it?
Very much as your metal people are magic to us, very foreign. This is our magic. And he kind of produces like a little flame on his fingertip, and he juggles it between his hands. We kind of have manipulation of elements. Some of us have magical properties. Reina herself is very involved with the moon. It is amazing to watch her magics.
My God, I would love to study you all.
Study? No. We are not experiments. We're just people.
Hey, you're not just people if you can do these wonderful things.
Oh, thank you so much, my friend. Is there anything else that I could do for you? I would like to catch up with my crew real quick.
No, go right ahead. How do you, well, one, he digs through his stuff, eating. Gosh, this really is wonderful. What are you doing to, like, how do you tap into this elemental energy just raw, like, with your body? And he's, like, got a notebook out to an open sheet of paper.
Well, I wasn't really able to do any of this before I met someone in the woods. Who kind of brought me back to life. I almost died.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you can go, I'll have more questions for you later. I really even need to figure out. Yeah, yeah, you can go hang out with your friends.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy your meal. I would like to calmly walk out and immediately sprint to Reina.
He's gonna dissect us.
Reina, you see Guizo frantically sprinting out of the workshop hut that that you've called home for the past couple of hours.
Whoa,
Reina?
so what's up?
I made a mistake. We may be experiments in the future. If we don't do something quick. I offered Mermir just a delicious meal, and he whispered under his breath something about exploitation, and I mentioned that both of us can cast magic, and he got a little too excited about it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Remember, Wolfram did say that if he tried anything, he could kill him in like a minute.
Oh yeah. I'm not afraid of, like, I know Wolfram's got this.
well, we will just have to keep an eye on him and make sure that he doesn't come near us whenever we're sleeping.
Guizo kneels down. He's like, I'm very sorry. I won't let this happen again. I will try not to overspeak, but I will do my best to make sure that we are protected throughout the night.
It's okay, Louisa, I promise. It's okay.
He like wipes a tear off his eye. All right, that's it for me. Thank you.
Poor Guizo.
Wait, is this connected already?
All right. Does anyone else have anything to do in the evening of this town?
I'll wake up after a little while. I think Wolfram just like needed to lay down for a little bit, regrow some of the blood he lost. Let me go ahead and take a short rest on Wolfram sheet. Okay. Is this the right? Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, 2. Wow, those are really low rolls. That's also a very little roll. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 6. That is 10 total and 3 dice, so that's 22. 22 hit points. Wait, what was that potion that I took?
That was the. Oh God.
Did it have any extra effects?
The vitality.
Potion of Vitality? Potions of Vitality maximize hit points retained, right, on a short rest?
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually 45, and I only need to use 3 of them. Wait, what? Hold on, I made a mistake. What do you do when this happens? Let me see. 15. Maximum is 12, that's 45. And that's 3. Okay. So, for whatever reason, my nap is very, very, very good, and I just wake up feeling extremely refreshed. I'm just like, yeah, it's a good nap. I feel great. Yeah, I'm gonna get up and stretch and be like, oh, that's good. My wounds closed up on their own, and I didn't even have to stuff them full of moss. Or put any salves on them or anything, or stick them closed. Yeah, I'm feeling good enough. I'm just gonna go out and look for some sort of animal to kill for dinner.
Beautiful. Would you like anything specifically, or you just want to make your class feature, your background feature effective?
I did hear about boar. Maybe I can like look around on the ground and look for some boar tracks.
Yeah.
If that's a survival, that is a 22.
Oh yeah.
I like crouch down and like see some like pile of poop and like sniffing the air and looking around for like animal paths and stuff like that as I just kind of walk from the encampment.
Yes, you find just outside the walls of the city of Mermirton, you find a small pile of boar scat and follow it into the brush. Follow tracks, what forms into tracks into the brush, and are able to find.
That's a natural 20 on my stealth check. 25 total.
Beautiful.
If I find anything. Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy. I don't know what I'm sneaking up on, but I just want to be stealthy.
Yeah. Well, you find 3 boar, 2 large and 1 adolescent, kind of grazing, probably about 30 yards into the woods, the tree coverage.
Okay. I'm assuming they can't beat a 25 on their perception.
God, no.
Okay, I'm just gonna sneak up. Wolfram's thinking to himself that, like, in this jungle environment, this is just, like, child's play, because, like, he's used to having to be stealthy on big, bleak snowscapes, and that's, like, actually difficult. He's just thinking to himself, man, it's really easy to hide in when you're, like, actually, like, foliage cover. Anyway, I'm gonna pull a weapon out, I'm thinking a javelin, and I'm just gonna, like, from cover, hurl it at the largest boar.
Beautiful. Go ahead and make that attack roll for me.
Okay, since I'm unseen, can I do so with advantage?
Yes.
Alright. That is 16 plus 6, 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. Do you want me to roll damage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh. Ooh, that's really low. That's only that's only five. That's only five total piercing damage. But this is a big boar. It probably doesn't pass through its vitals, I'm guessing.
It does not.
Okay.
You managed to, yeah, hit the largest boar. It's not a terrible size difference, but there's definitely one that's larger. I would say like a sixth larger than the other boar. You know, you would assume it's probably the Papa boar.
Okay.
Yeah, you do manage to get a good hit on it. The javelin buries into its flank, but it turns and snorts, looking for the source of what hit it.
Okay. I suppose I don't know. I guess I'm hiding in the foliage, but I would assume that I would have to reveal myself to have thrown it. I don't know. I don't know how you want to handle that. I mean, if you just throw a javelin at it, it could probably just like turn to where I'm at. Suppose.
Yeah, cool. Cool. So it does see you. It is very angry as it is now, partially a porcupine. And it charges towards you, baring its tusks and snorting angrily. Does a 15 hit.
It does not. Wolfram reaches out his arms and catches the tusks.
Beautiful. So, you notice that Baby Boar bolts immediately at the sound of violence. Yeah. That will be back to your turn as in this loose initiative order.
Okay. I want to grab the boar having caught the boar by the tusks, I want to then grab it and throw it onto its back, shoving the javelin in further.
Ooh, I like that. Let's
So
see.
that just do you want to do that as an attack roll or like an athletics?
Go ahead and make that in athletics.
Okay. That athletics is 25.
Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna say roll the javelin damage as if you had like
Attack?
yes.
Okay. That is only 7 more damage.
Well, that seems to be enough as when you flip it onto this onto the javelin, it drives through, puncturing probably its lungs or its heart. You're not certain from the outside, but it definitely it fights as you're lifting it and flipping it up onto its back, picking it up and slamming it onto the ground almost in a like a body slam kind of judo flip kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I kind of like the idea that it runs at me, I grab it by its tusk, and I like swing it into a tree, and it drives the javelin the rest of the way through.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Like head or something, I don't know.
Beautiful.
I'm just a sick fuck. You guys can ignore me.
No, I like it.
I'll take that spit roast back with me.
You are able actually to get probably about 5 pounds just of raw meat from it. And if you would like to make like a survival check, you could probably get more, but just like because you are you and Wolfram does this often, I'm going to give you that for free. This thing is probably what do you think a boar?
I mean, it's as big as a pig, right? At least.
Yeah. But, like, see, I have a hard time imagining, like, how much they would weigh.
They can weigh up to 150 pounds, it looks like. This one
Cool.
doesn't have to be that big though. It's probably pretty big. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably like, what would the minimum be? So let's say like,
smaller. It could be like 150, 130 pounds. 100 pounds. I don't know.
yeah,
Whatever size.
we'll call it 135.
Okay. Yeah.
So in that case, you can get more than that amount of meat from it. I would imagine you could probably get a decent amount of meat from it.
Yeah. Enough to feed probably the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take my roast with me and properly dismantle this thing. Once I get in a more clear area. Make it a little more controllable.
Oh yeah.
And if you want, I can make a survival check to see how well I dress it. But let's see. If I'm just getting meat out of it, do I need a very high check? Because the total on that is a 7.
No, if you're just getting meat out of it, that's yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I probably puncture the bladder and ruin a bunch of the innards, but am not worried about it because I'm just there's plenty of meat there.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the javelin had already punctured the bladder, and that's why it was so bad on that survival check. But yeah, I provide meat. I bring a large amount of I bring a large boar back to the camp and then dismantle it and bring the meat to Guizo. I just look refreshed. I'm like, you would not have thought that I was previously aged and horribly wounded by fighting various monsters. My acid burns are faded. My giant shark teeth wounds are closed. I just look like I've already had a couple of days to recover and a good night's sleep.
I love that Wolfram can just do that.
Well,
It's
it was
great.
put-
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Oh. We're legendary heroes. We're supposed to be able to shake off ridiculous bullshit.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way I can explain that a long rest somehow makes us back to full hit points.
All right. So does anyone else have anything? Raina, you haven't had anything specific. Do you have anything specific you want to do before, the night?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yep. So I'm getting ready for the travel.
Okay. Perfect.
We all get pork.
So, you notice that Bess is not frantically, but she is very determinedly writing, basically the day's events in a journal, and she's really going to town. She's just writing up a storm, as she eats her dinner, and yeah. We can go into the night cycle. And why can't I find my D20? I have 3 D20s in this pile and I can't find a single one. There it is.
Real quick, did everybody that take a short rest take their healing? I don't know how bad everybody is off. I figured everybody got pretty badly injured during these battles against Von Baron.
I did not.
Might be a good idea because it's possible we could get attacked in the night before we get a chance to get a long rest.
Yeah.
How many hit
Sorry, I
points
just
should I
wanted
do?
to bring it up because I didn't want them to be at 14 HP.
Oh yeah, no, of course. As many as you want, up to your maximum, or your current maximum, because if you've used any since the last, whatever.
Remember, you can only regain half of them on long rest. So just something to keep in mind when gaining him back. But
Right.
just heal up until you feel like satisfied with it. You just roll the dice and add your modifier.
Which modifier?
Con.
Yeah. Sorry, Constitution. So your hit dice plus your modifier for you, it'd be a D6 plus your con modifier.
Okay, so I'll just use 2 of them because that puts me at 37 out of 38.
Oh, beautiful.
I rolled a 1 and a 6. And then my
Oh.
modifier's a 2.
What a balls. Okay, sorry to interrupt, DM.
Oh no, you're fine. Alrighty.
If Guizo is not feeling up to it, then we'll cook the boar. But I will warn you, it will be nearly flavorless. He doesn't use spices very much.
Do you want to cook your kill?
Oh no, he brought it to Guizo.
Oh yeah, Guizo will happily take it and start chefing away. I'm sure he's brought herbs and spices that he just has on hand in his little toolkit.
Yeah, Wolfram will act as your sous chef and just take simple directions like cut this and hold this and.
Wolfram, please feel free. Chop away. Make sure that you take out as much fat as possible, and give yourself bone if you would like. I personally don't like bone with my meal. We're just going to toss this, cook it, throw some herbs on it. If you want to have the bone as a handle, you're more than welcome to.
Wolfram nods. He seems to just be following your direction, but yeah.
Guizo's cutting up some like thyme and dill, whatever he's got on his hands. He's chopping it all up nice and fine while you do that.
Nice. Wolfram, I guess, will just take the time to properly butcher this, because I think Wolfram knows how to properly butcher. You know, remove the skin, everything like that, properly remove all the organs, you know, divide the sections of meat out from the bones and all that, you know, the ones we don't want.
Is there like a beehive nearby or some type of place that I can get honey?
Honey glazed ham, I like it.
Yup.
You just put Wolfram in charge of watching the meat while you waltz into the. Or you could ask Wolfram to go get it, whatever you want to do.
So yeah, I'm gonna say yeah because we'll say that you found it while you were also looking for the mangoes, since you made such a good roll then and you had food specifically in mind. I think that's fair. So yeah, you are able to find and harvest some raw honey.
So I whip up a glaze, and I gesture a small spoonful out to Reina, and I go, "Here, what's your opinion on this?"
She just got a phone call and stepped out of the room. Sorry.
It must be delicious. You did not answer. Oh, it's so yummy.
Yeah, she's too busy munching, going to town on it to really give an answer. She just gives a thumbs up.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna cook this up without a fire. I'm just gonna use prestige. I'm gonna like pretend I'm gonna like put the honey glaze on with my hand, and where my hand is, there's like a trail of fume, like smoke. And I just kind of pat them, flip them, flap them on the plate, and the rest over fruit that I didn't use for the sorbet is there on the side of the plate.
Okay. So, prestidigitation typically it does not get hot enough to harm. But you could probably easily. I will say, produce flame deals the same amount of damage as stepping into a small campfire. So you could theoretically cook it with produce flame.
Okay. Yeah, whatever works.
I mean, I'm sure either of them would work, but I figured I'd offer that little bit of knowledge.
No, I appreciate it. The more I can add to the world and make sure I'm doing everything kind of right is better. I'll use produce flame.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. So can you make a performance check for me?
Oh no. 9.
You can do so with advantage with Wolfram's help, by the way.
8.
What matters is that you tried, and I mean that literally, because that's what matters to your patron.
It probably, I could very easily see, you can't cook a big piece of meat with an iron for the same reason. And this is how I'm imagining it going. It's like there's a reason they don't cook steaks with blowtorches, and I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. Is like, it's thick and a big chunk of meat, and he's kind of just like running over it rather than getting the whole thing hot to the center. And so it's like getting a little charred on the outside and still kind of raw on the inside. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've done enough to make the meat safe to eat, but it's I mean, you sourced such good ingredients. I think it's still an okay meal. In my opinion, that's what it feels like to me,
Everything up to this roll is what saved it.
Yes, exactly.
Wolfram asked, "Are you sure you would not like me to make a fire, little fellow? I can make one very quickly."
Oh no, do not worry. You can trust me. I got this.
If you say so, little fellow.
Just dubious food comes out of the pot like fucking...
No, it's still good. It's just look, and if anything, Wolfram would probably like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so... That's not correct. There we go. So yeah, you have a perfectly fine meal. The meat may not be, maybe a little tougher than you would have liked, maybe a little pinker than you would have liked, but it suffices. It's a filling, tastes okay. Like, it's pretty middle of the road,
Definitely imagining it's like hard on the outside, tough, and then on the inside it's pink. Which, is probably fine for some things, but yeah, I can definitely see some problems with the heat source.
Wolfram, I do think that this meal that we made together was delicious. However, next time you offer to make the campfire, let me change your mind.
Yeah, I think we get a good meal in and we settle in for our long rest. You said you're getting ready to roll on a table. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Oh, I would like to say, while we're doing our long rest, I have myself positioned so that Reyna is in between me and I'm looking directly at the door where Myrmir is.
Yes, so, throughout the night, several hours actually do pass, and, probably about midnight, Myrmir, in his boxers, basically, wanders out to,
They have on them.
say again?
Sorry, I was just asking if his boxers had hearts on them.
Yes.
It's basically like long johns.
Gotcha.
with hearts.
Okay, they have hearts on them.
Honestly, otherwise I'd make a perception check to see how that dick is. Anyway, go ahead.
Where the hell is this? Okay, there we go. Nope,
That
that's
perception
the
roll for you
wrong
is an
one.
18.
Perception roll is an 18.
Yeah,
So he's got like a torch, and
Yes.
he is looks very groggy, and he scratches his head, kind of wipes his eyes, looks around, and sees you like propped in your chair, staring directly at his door, and jumps a little bit, and he goes, "What are you doing awake? It's like the middle of the night."
I just wanted to check on my sister Reina and make sure that everything was okay. And Guizo rubs his eyes, pretending to be tired.
Ooh, make a performance check.
That is an 18, 16 plus 2.
Okay. It seems like he buys the act. All right. Well, just gonna go to the privy, I guess. And he walks to a section of the wall that kind of like. Yeah, everybody here's been to a Ren Fair. You know how they usually have the bathrooms cordoned off, where it's like almost like a little maze of hallways into the porta potties. That's kind of the general restroom area here.
Are we near bushes?
Yeah.
Okay, and would casting minor illusion break my long rest? It's a control, so I don't know if that would be considered like light duty or not.
Casting minor illusion. I mean, it's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
I think the implication that you can cast it at will means it doesn't drain enough of your energy to really, you know.
You're guessing it once. I think it's pretty reasonable to call that light activity.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to go hide in the bushes and cast a minor illusion of myself to be sleeping.
That's definitely gonna be a stealth, my dude.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead and make that stealth for me.
I just want to see what he does if we're quote-unquote sleeping when he gets back. Oh my god, 17 plus 2! 19! I'm keeping these dice.
Okay. Okay. Probably about 15 minutes go past, and he wanders back in, and yeah, he just he snuffs out his torch with kind of a little metal cup. He does seem to notice, quote unquote, you asleep, but he doesn't really make any moves or anything. He just goes back into his own hut and shuts the door.
Alright, I'm gonna stay in there until the illusion ends and then come back out.
Cool.
Minor illusion lasts what, a minute?
I think so.
Okay, so like the door closes, the spell ends, and he just kind of... He goes back to the seat but he's gonna be laying in the position that the Guizo ganger was.
Bah.
I like to imagine that when you use minor illusion, that the illusion forms out of smoke because you're a fire genasi.
Ooh, that's sick.
Oh, that's so cool.
The material component for minor illusion is also a small bit of fleece. I imagine you just grab a little bit of fleece out of your blanket, you know, it puffs up in a little flare of fire and the smoke drifts over and becomes the illusion. Okay, I'm preaching too much, but that's just how I imagined it.
No, that's really cool.
So do we die? Am I dead? Do you want me to roll my death saving throws?
No. But Guizo, what's your go ahead and make a. Did you already make a perception check for keeping watch?
I made one when he came out, and it was an 18. Do you want me to roll again?
Yes, please.
Okay. I was gonna say, if his guard is down, we could reasonably use his passive, but I don't know.
My roll was a 16.
Okay.
My understanding of passive checks is it's pretty much just whenever it feels appropriate.
Yeah, so Guizo, suddenly a large beast lands just 5 feet away from you.
And it's not Wolfram?
No, it is in fact a feline. As suddenly there's a lion standing in front of you, Guizo. Roll initiative.
Guys!
Wolfram wakes up. That's enough to wake Wolfram up. I'll roll initiative but count as surprise. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Everybody can.
Oh, fuck, guys. You guys are screwed. I roll a natural 1 on my initiative.
I did too! Let's high five!
What is your plus?
It's a 2, I got a 3.
I also have a 2. I'll roll again. You were awake. Let's just say you go first.
Alright.
Or, well, I guess it depends. I'm gonna be surprised, so I lose a round anyway. How about, okay, let's roll again and see who gets the 3 in the 2 slot.
My second roll is an 8, and plus 2 make me a 10.
My second roll is a natural 20, so can I take the 3 slot and you take the 2 slot, but you are the only one that isn't surprised, I guess?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Does that seem fair to you?
Yeah.
Okay. That way next round I'll get to go before Guizo, but, Guizo will get the whole extra round.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, it should be Guizo, and then Guizo, Lion, or Guizo and Lion in surprise round, and then we start the actual initiative.
I think so.
Yeah. Cool. So.
I can't believe I wasted a natural 20 just to get the 3 slot on initiative.
Guizo, does a 15 hit? Or, sorry, a 17 hit.
Both do.
Okay, so you will take 6 slashing damage as it immediately, as soon as it lands, slams its claw into your chest, swiping across your chest.
Oh, did it get its pounce? Or does this one have pounce? This is a lion, never mind.
It does, but it did not get to move straight because of the way that the walls are built around this city. It had to clear the wall, which it could clear the wall with its long jump, but it couldn't move in a straight line. So,
well, technically, jumping down is still a pounce, I believe.
True.
Hey, Lioness, do me a favor. Dexterity save.
Yes. You also need to make a strength save. Does a 21 save?
Yeah.
Still-
Does an 11 save?
11 does not save. You are knocked prone.
Okay.
Light attack as a bonus action. Oh man, I'm sorry I'm so mean to you, Weezo, but I have a very big love for monsters and mechanics. And if it kills us, I'm just like, well, that's just the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does a 15 hit, Guizo?
Yeah.
That is 7 more piercing damage as it bites you.
It knocks you on your ass and bites you, goddamn.
All right, then in this surprise round, Guizo, you are next.
How much
What
did
is
the
prone with disadvantage?
prone? So prone, yes, you attack with disadvantage. Melee attacks have advantage on you, and you can use half of your movement to stand.
Oh shit, actually, hold on. Okay, no. Just making sure I didn't natural 20 on that bite.
Okay. I
I
forgot
use-
about that as well.
Can I use the half of my movement to get up and shock and grasp it?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, fucking do it.
Go ahead and roll that
18
attack.
plus 5. Does a 21 hit?
21 hits.
Right, roll my 2d8s.
Wait, you hellish rebuked it, right?
Yeah, how much damage did it take? It took half.
It blocked the hellish tribute.
No, but it takes half damage.
Oh, so yeah, let me roll for the damage for that. That is 4d10.
I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't tell you wrong. Yes, it takes or half as much on a successful one. So it still gets burned, and then it gets shocked. What do you call that combo? Also, don't forget to remember to add your extra fire damage to your shocking grasp roll.
The hellish rebuke is half of 27.
So half of 27 would be 13.
25.
Beautiful. Now go ahead and roll that shocking grasp damage for me.
And I'm gonna add my plus 3 fire damage to this as suggested.
I'm sure you would have remembered. Sorry, I tend to get a little.
Oh, don't, you're good. That is a 4 and a 3, 7, so 10.
Beautiful. Its hair is standing on end, and it looks not very happy to be. It thought you were easy prey. You're a skinny, teenager, and you just set it on fire and then electrocuted it. It's like, whoa!
Yeah, this is
Oh.
what's meatball.
I was actually just gonna say, I was gonna use the rest of my turn to look at it in the eyes and go, the predator has become the prey.
Haha! I love it. Reyna, you're up. You're first in the initiative order.
By the way, Guizo, Alex very much seemed to find that one-liner amusing.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. I love it.
Alright. So, how far away am I from this thing?
In the tent, about 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
So you don't know what's going on yet. You just heard Guizo scream.
Okay, so I run outside.
Okay, you are assaulted with the sight of Guizo hand on the forehead of this lion, its hair sticking up like electric static shock, and its patches on its body singed.
Okay.
You were what, meditating?
Yes. I was only lightly meditating.
That makes sense that you would wake up first. 100%.
Okay. I want to cast Ray of Sickness on this thing.
Okay.
With a second level spell slot, which means I get an extra D8.
How are you looking on spell slots, by the way?
I have 2 first levels, 1 second level, and 2 third levels after this one.
Okay. So you really haven't used very many of your spell slots yesterday.
No.
Okay.
Is Ray of Sickness a roll to hit or is it a save?
It's a roll to hit.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was a save.
I'm assuming 11 doesn't hit.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Damn.
Goes
Um,
wide.
I would like to go ahead and cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Wait, two
Two
spell
spell
slots.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
That would be mine, sorry.
Okay. So next up is the lion, who is going to try and get its jaws on Guizo again because he's right in front of it. Does a 7 hit?
No.
Wolfram, you're up.
Wolfram, sorry, I had zoned. I was like just sitting in front of my computer with my jaw agape. I don't know. Wolfram's eyes open, and he shoots up into the air as he stands. How far away from this thing am I?
10, 15 feet.
Okay, 15 feet's perfect. I use half of my movement to stand up and the other half of my movement to absolutely leap across the tent and jump onto this thing's back.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna full body tackle this thing. So make an athletics check or an acrobatics check to resist being fucked up.
That's a 13.
All right, let me check. I believe I have a +6, so that's a 17. You are knocked prone. And
So-
I'm gonna- oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So Wolfram full body tackles this lion onto the ground.
And then I'm gonna grab it and keep it on the ground. I'm gonna pin it, so that'll be a grapple. Another athletics check. That's a natural 20. 6.
You succeed. It rolled really poorly.
Awesome. Okay, that's my turn. Wolfram has tackled it away from Guizo and is now on top of it.
Speaking of, Guizo, you're up.
Looking for a spell that's not also going to damage Wolfram.
You can use Shocking Grasp. Whatever you got, man. You've also got your dagger. You could pull it out and stab this thing. You'd have advantage.
It's more of a, I do appreciate it. It's more of like a ceremonial like casting dagger than anything.
Yeah.
It's dull.
Gotcha. Anything melee.
I'm just gonna shocking grasp again because that worked well last time.
I imagine it's got the puffed out tail like a house cat.
Does a 17 hit?
I have 17 hits.
Alrighty, so with my +3 fire, we do 6 damage.
So, Wolfram, you are... Yes.
God damn.
Wolfram, you are pinning this thing down. It's fighting against you. You know, it's squirming and trying to claw at you. It doesn't really get much purchase. As Guizo gets a hand on it, Guizo, I'm thinking, you know, where are you aiming for on this thing's body?
Oh, the temple. I'm gonna like punch it right in the side of the skull.
So Guizo's fist, just kind of like sparking chaotically, slams into the side of this thing's skull as you're pinning it on the ground, and with one big jolt, all its limbs, you know, lock out and straight out in you know, this electrified position as it just falls limp, dead.
What's that one final Yowl, and body is still smoking.
That's
I
what
know.
you get when you mess with family.
Oh God, it is D and Diesel.
I have just realized that what we should name our adventuring party: the Fast and the Furriest.
Oh, I love it.
That's what you do when you mess with family.
The Cast and the Furious.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are out of initiative order. It is probably about 2 in the morning. You can choose to continue your rest if you'd like.
Wolfram drags the body outside and throws it in the bush outside. Goes back in and goes back to sleep.
I love it. All right.
Actually,
So at this
Going
point,
to sits in the doorway of the tent.
I was gonna say at this point, I don't think Rena needs any more time, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a long rest, by the way?
Yeah, this is a long rest.
Okay, so I
I
get
think on the way back in, after Wolfram picks it up over his shoulder and tosses it into the bush, he looks at Guizo and he says, "Quad." He goes back to sleep.
Guido nods.
So the rest of the night passes uneventfully. And you guys can take your long rest.
I just long rested so hard, guys.
Like you know when you're so tired that you sleep so hard when you wake up it feels like you slept at a hotel, like that feeling after you sleep at a hotel, that like you slept so good you're disoriented.
Yeah, Wolfram is like, where am I?
The second time in 24 hours that Wolfram has traveled to a new realm. So, as you guys kind of file out, get ready for the adventure at hand. You find one second.
I think Wolfram will just get up bright and early, go outside and skin the mountain lion and everything. That is a 19. And the skin wasn't damaged because he was only burned. And shocked mostly is what killed him, so yeah. Weirdly enough, this mountain lion is weirdly cooked perfectly. But yeah, I'll skin it and preserve the skin and take care of that. I have it stretched out on the tent poles that Mimir gave me yesterday in front of the tent, tanning in the sun. Yeah, I imagine Wolfram is just finishing up and stretching it up and putting it up against the tent as Mimir is like coming to get us up to do the expedition. Wolfram doesn't understand either. His eyes kind of drift. Do I? Do I eat the crystal? Okay. Okay. I dig it. I am ready.
Griffin, Griffin, when we get back, you are the first person we are coming to. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Wolfram looks to Aguiza. Will you be well, brother?
Before I verbally answer Wolfram, can I stick my hand into the water and see if casting produce flames generates bubbles?
Alright.
Guizo kind of laughs in excitement, starts pulling out rope and tying around his waist, his arms, and like his collar, and he goes, "Yes, I will be perfectly fine. Do not worry."
Wolfram is concerned. He waits to see what you do.
I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna use my hands with produce flames under my shirt to generate bubbles to kind of make like a little balloon. And when I stop using produce flames, the idea is the bubbles will come out of the shirt and I'll start to go down, so I have a way to go like up and down.
Ah, I see. Alright. Wolfram dives in like a Olympic diver. Just gets a running start, leaps into the air, and there's barely any splash. Well, let me roll to see if there's barely any splash. What skill would that be? Acrobatics? 19. Yeah, glide right in. Didn't know Wolfram was an aquatic creature, but here we are. You can just get in the water. Kane hasn't made me roll once to wipe my own ass, so you know you can get in the water. We can, like, if you want to do a cool flip into it. Well, maybe make a Constitution save if you know the food's really bad and you're having some trouble getting it back out. I need to check on Alex really quick.
I do want to make it known Guizo is still nervous about being in the water, but he feels a little safer with a way to go up.
He's not in here with you. He's sitting there right between us.
But you can watch both of us.
It's adorable.
He's attention, bro.
I got you. So, are we all in the well? What are we doing next? Only for 6. Just a faint little glowing from the palms of his hands. I dig it. Yeah, dim light.
Wolfram stops, points. Wolfram stops and points, uh, trying to get the attention of Mimir. Uh, like makes a gesture to ask if that is the way we are going. Okay. Wolfram takes his respirator out. His rebreather. He pulls that out. I know. He didn't have it until now. He can hold his breath for a long time. He'll be all right. Not just dived in. Yes, I do at least.
Yes. Guizo doesn't want to go first, but yes.
All right, I'll climb up out of the water. How long were we submerged for total time, do you think? Oh, Jesus, it did not seem like that. No, I was not holding my breath for 2 hours. Gotcha. All right, I'll pull myself out of the water. Okay. 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 I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm ready to fight this thing. So yeah, I draw my sword. Yeah, exactly what it does. It's more dry. Unfortunately, I rolled poorly on initiative again. That is a 5 total.
That's an 8.
Okay. I'm imagining there's just like a mat of like rotting mud and seaweed or something like that. It's like all slimy and it keeps like sucking on our feet or something. Oh yeah, I cleaned out the tanks at Centerless. I know. uh, all right. About to fuck Squidward up. Fuck him up, Reyna. It doesn't appear to be undead to me. I don't know. You could okay. You could always use Dragon's Breath. Remember, when you cast Dragon Breath as a bonus action, you can still use your action that turn to use it. It's a goo monster. Whatever is good against goo. Do you have a spell that like does OxyCling damage or something? I mean, Chaos Bolt's always a good option. Ooh, I like it. You got water around you? I like it. Hell, cold as hell. Yeah, does the water freeze around you? That's ice crystals just erupting out. Five gum. Well, imagining being in a dark chamber, emerging from water to find a big gloopy monster, and that just looks like every five gum commercial I've ever seen. Ruin him. I got like connected or something on my computer. I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna hard reset. He acidified the goo boy. Did you just throw a vial of acid at it? Because that's hilarious. Tee. I like it.
Alrighty, let's see what lightning damage does to Jello Man. I'm gonna shock and grasp him. Does a 9 hit? Can't say I didn't try. No. No. Yeah. That is not.
Man, these are some
Alright.
nasty tentacles if they make you take psychic damage. I'd like to do what Wolfram does best and cut this thing. Alright, I'm gonna attack. That is 17 to hit. Alright, hell yeah. Alright, I'll attack again. Does a 16 hit? Okay. Let me go ahead and... Where's the right dice? Here's the right dice. That's 8 plus 3, 11. 19 slashing damage. As I just try to cleave through this guy. Yeah, I just try to cleave through him. It splits into 3 of them. No, I'm just kidding. Would I take that to mean that it was unaffected by the slashing? Gotcha. Okay. You will not have lost concentration on your dragon's breath though. The dash action or the disengage? Huh? I see. Gotcha. So he's not. Yeah, he can run over the difficult terrain. So disengages and then dashes. Or okay. What was the fire thing he did? Okay, so what did he do as his action? Firebolt? And then disengage or dash as a bonus action? Yes, yes. Sorry, that's what I was getting at. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Right. Well, I'll be honest. That is a very strong reason for why people struggle with DMPCs because player characters are fucking hard to run. Like for real, for real. By the way, did he attack it with disadvantage if he was 5 feet away with firebolt? I'm helping. Gotcha. Very cool.
Alrighty. What do I have to do to try to break free of the grapple?
Athletics. Yes.
Athletics.
Or acrobatics, I believe. Well, it will say whether you can use one or the other, I think. That makes
Okay,
sense.
and is this my action or is this a bonus?
They do make you use your action. Escape DC. It will have in parentheses action.
Um. Yes, I've taken my 9. I'm gonna produce flame.
Are you
15
within
plus
5
3.
feet?
What's that?
Are you within 5 feet?
Uh, I think so because I tried to use shocking grasp and missed, and then he grappled me, so I think I'm like right there.
So, range attacks, even if they're magic, are with disadvantage.
Can I produce flame the tentacle? Does that do damage to him or?
I mean, yeah, in theory. It's just shooting projectiles. Anything that says the ranged feature, anything has disadvantage. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just the way the spells work.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see. It's like it's basically like a firebolt that I have to throw it. Okay, I'll just use shocking grasp then. Can or is it too late because I already rolled?
No, don't think. Well,
Okay, because if I okay, cool. I don't even remember what it was. 13 plus 5, 18. Alrighty, and we have 2d8. That is 11 plus 3, 14 damage of fire. Calamari.
I did cut it. I did cut it with my sword.
26 does hit. Okay, cool.
I think it's the natural 20. Are you rolling with advantage? Gotcha. Okay. Natural 20. It's only the weapon damage, so if I don't take damage from it, I guess. It's 9 at the beginning of my turn. Okay.
DM, sorry, do me a favor. Can you make a deck save? Damn it. Yeah. But that is still half of Hellish Rebuke, so give me 1 sec.
Ooh. Smart. Raina's probably pissed because she's the one that does psychic damage here.
For Squidward's damage from Hellish Rebuke, he takes 13.5 again. I got another 27.
Huh? Guizo is? Oh, sweet. I'm just gonna continue, or let me go ahead and take that 9 damage, right? Alright. I've finally taken some damage today. I don't feel right unless I have a little bit of damage on Wolfram. Alright. If I'm grappled, I feel like I'm gonna do what Wolfram would do. This thing is holding up better than he thought it would, and he is going to rage. So pull back, pull on his wolf hood, pull it over his eyes. Eyes go red and snarls at this thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and swing my sword around to lop it. Let me see, 16 plus. That's a 23 to hit. And a 24 to hit. Okay, that's convenient. That's 7 and 10, 17, 19, 29 slashing damage. As I just absolutely go ape shit and try to cleave this thing's head off from like shoulder to below the arm. All right. I believe that is my turn. It does have advantage on all attacks against me now because I did reckless attack. He's pissed. What are you doing? Are you attacking with Chaos Bolt? Gotcha. Remember, you do have Dragon's Breath active. So I think a 21 definitely hits. Blast its head off, I guess. Damn! That's how you deal with Jello. You make it cold. Alright, I'm still grappled by its tentacle, so Wolfram is just going to, do the thing where he just, like, throws his arms out and shatters his way out of it. I have advantage on strength checks, so that is... How did I roll the same thing both times? That's like a 14 strength. Alright, I'll shatter my way out and go, fall out of my rage. Eyes returning to normal. Quizo, do you need help getting out? Oh, he can't hear, can he?
I can hear again. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm still grappled.
Yeah, in a frozen tentacle, you could burn your way out.
Okay.
And that's my
Is it my turn?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the creature's dead. It froze.
Oh, it's dead. Awesome. Okay. Um. Yeah. Wolfram, do you mind giving me a hand, please?
Yeah, I'll reach down and try to help him out. It's pretty tough. Here, I'm gonna try kicking it. I kick it. That is a 17 to hit. All right. Is 7 bludgeoning damage enough to crack it? Okay. I'll kick it and break it.
DM, did you adjust my hit points, or did I accidentally hit a button on my end? Yeah, that was an accident. It shouldn't be that.
And you got stabbed,
I
and you also took 9.
yeah, I took 2 rounds of grapple. I had 16 total hit points out of 33.
All right. It is dead.